man. Great Kuumba family is echoing right now. Who on the wheels of steel? I need to kill the echo, please. Thank you. All right, man, I'm sitting up here upset because I'm looking at the thumbnail that's on the screen, and that's not the thumbnail I created. It wasn't supposed to look like that. But it appears that the thumbnail maker that I'm using is doing his own thing. So I'm sitting up here like, okay. But anyway, family, I want to thank you for joining us here in the congregation of the mighty in the home of the stubborn minority, in the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother I Tim. Of course, you know this is Art of a Simple production all day, every day. And of course, we own that Thang podcast. Let them know, Simba. Let them know. It's Heart of a Simple production. You're right. You know it. And of course, you know, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. And family, we have old paradigms that are holding us prisoner, holding us hostage, keeping us where we are, right? These paradigms come in the form of society norms. They come in the forms of thought formations that we have been taught or that we have taught ourselves that really no longer work or no longer serve us. And we have to come up with ways to get rid of them. And the Art Thing podcast is my contribution to helping you free yourself, right? Free yourself, right? By embracing your culture, learning your culture, right? At least this piece of it. Because, you know, many of us, we have other pieces but we have to learn from our experience in the hells of, as they say, North America. We have to learn from these experiences. But hey, first off, before we go any further, I want to give all of the Kuumba babies a round of applause. Yeah. Of course, since we are in the week of Kujichagulia, for those that don't speak the language, those who are not initiated, that is the week of Kujichagulia. This has been a very powerful week for me being a Kujichagulia baby, because I'm starting to see. Because one of the reasons we went to the format in Gye-Nyame of breaking down things in the weekly process was, one, it gave us a 7-week break at the end of the year, so that we could really focus on doing some other things and cleaning up some of the business for the past year and preparing for the new year. But it also gives us an opportunity to focus and learn from each principle in a more intense fashion. Learn about each principle through the lens of the other principles. So right now in the week of Kujichagulia, I'm looking at the concept of Kujichagulia as a foundation, but I'm looking at it through the lens of the day, which is Kuumba. Okay, so the lesson for the day, or the message for the day, is rekindling stories, the creative legacy of African American tales. All right, now, so we're about to get into it. Y'all ready? Can I get some music, anime, please? Oh, my fault. Simba, you running stuff right now? Oh, you on the wheels of steel? So, all right, Simba, I'm gonna give you a round of applause. Give Simba a round of applause. All right, let's see what you can do in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it up. I don't know. What y'all think about that selection, Simba, man? I could bob a little bit to it. All right, Simba. Okay, all right. It's better than last time. All right. So, rekindling stories, the creative legacy of African American tales. I'm gonna try to keep it to the script. Y'all already know how Brother High Tim gets. So I'm going to try to stay as close to the script as I can, because myths and stories are my thing, right? You know what I'm saying? I got friends that are historians. I have, and they could break down the history, but mythology, that's my dizzle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but anyway, folk tales, that's my thing, right? But anyway, in the rich mosaic of African American history, tales have carved out vibrant patterns, shaping consciousness, molding identities, and fostering a sense of belonging. Oral traditions entrusted to the whispers of time preserve the wisdom, aspirations, struggles, and triumphs born from adversity. These tales encapsulate the indomitable spirit of the African American community. Yet, as times change, so do our ways of narrating these stories. The vast expanse of African American literature offers a treasure trove where writers have brilliantly refashioned these age-old tales. These maestros of written word, through their craft, have echoed stories that resonate with the time, all the while preserving the essence and vitality of the community's past. Icons like Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou, James Baldwin, Toni Morrison, and etc. have etched the African American experience in words, creating narratives that embody the spirit of Kuumba. This week, as we bask in the glow of Kuumba, let's journey through the ever-evolving world of African American tales. Though these stories have donned new robes, their heartbeat remains unchanged, a pulse that seeks expression, identity, and empowerment. So here are the power steps. You ready? Grab your pens. Give them a second. Give them a second, Simba, to grab their pens. Rediscovering an old tale. Those of you that's been getting your little email from Gye-Nyame Journey, y'all been getting your old tales, right? Those Aesop fables, man. I keep on telling you, folk tales are not just for kids. Matter of fact, we had a whole show. I got a whole series called Folk Tales for Grown Folk, because there's so many lessons that many of us have missed, or we felt that we grew out of, because the way folk tales were presented to us, we was robbed. Many of us was robbed from many simple life lessons because we was told that folk tales were for kids. Somebody lied to you. But anyway, rediscover an old tale. Delve into a family history or community archives. Bring light to a story or a tradition or a folk tale from the annals of time. Grasp its origin and its significance. I think we call that in Gye-Nyame wisdom mining, right? Ain't that what we call it? Is that what we call it? Oh, I'm live, by the way. So hold on, let me check the message. Let me check the chat. Maybe somebody might have just something in there. All right. My chat is horrible. I don't know what's going on with the chat anyway. Reimagine and express. Document, illustrate, sing, or recite this tale with your unique touch. I need to stress that piece. With your unique touch. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Kuumba, intertwining the tale with modern threads, making it resonate with today's world. Now, this is one of the beautiful things about the African tradition, right? One of the reasons I resonated so much more with capoeira than any other martial art that I took was because I could do capoeira and still be Brother Hatem. I didn't have to turn into a Japanese individual and understand the Japanese experience. I didn't have to, I didn't have to turn into a Chinese, and I could be me and express it. And even people from other cultures could get involved with capoeira and grasp the foundation and still maintain themselves. There's something beautiful about African tradition. Drummers, you can hear in the drum beat that individual, right? You can hear or you can see in the dance steps that individual. Regardless, you throw your flavor. See, through time, in ancient times, they ain't call it flavor, but right now, we calling it flavor. I got my little spice that I could sprinkle into everything I do. So when I create or when I do stuff, right, from my African traditions, it makes sure that I'm able to get the basics. But once I got the basics, I'm able to shine through. But anyway, number 2, reimagine and express. Document, illustrate, sing, or recite this tale with your unique touch. Your unique touch. I just got done talking about that. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Kuumba, intertwining the tale with modern threads, making it resonate with today's world. That's our responsibility, right? Because many of us are holding on to old stories that have no significance for today. And because let me say this, if you have to make what you are using fit the day, you may have a problem, right? The lesson that needs to come from the tale, right, needs to be present, needs to be there, needs to be accessible for somebody on outside watching, or at least somebody that might at least be initiated. If I've been initiated and I have to kind of change and morph stuff so that people can grasp what the hell we talking about, we got a problem. Especially if the initiates can't even catch it, right? I'm just saying. Some of y'all dealing with old myths and folk tales, and you know what I'm saying, want everybody else to be able to grasp it. They looking at you like, for real? Oh, you still dealing with those type of myths. Okay, let me move away from you. Anyway, share and celebrate. Spearhead a community gathering. Initiate a book club discussion, or host a virtual storytelling session to share these reinvented tales. Reveal and collective creativity and spur others to delve into the cultural roots and expression. Like, for example, one of the things that I wanted to do, but I got to be very careful. But there is a book called The Akata Witch. Family, listen, y'all need to check that out. I'm just saying, it would be nice to have other people read it, because it is a lot of our old stuff that was brought up to date. Some of the skills, recognizing some of those esoteric talents that might be laying latent in people, right? And for lack of a better, Harry Potter is a white Akata witch. Let me say that. I wanted to say it properly. I wanted to say it from my cultural perspective. Harry Potter is a white Akata witch type shit, right? So I want y'all to think about that. Check that book out. Akata Witch is a series of 3 books, and I'm hoping she brings out a 4th one. We got Akata Witch, we got Akata Warrior, and you got Akata Woman. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen, or grab the book and reread it. Me and my daughter started reading it. Me, my daughter, and my granddaughter, we started reading. We never finished it, but it is what it is. Anyway, on to, are you ready, Simba? You should be ready. We're on to what? What we on to? I asked once. What are we on to? I asked twice. Am I going to have to ask a 3rd time?
It's the proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day.
Is it time for the proverb of the day? Proverb of the day. Proverb of the day. Every step helps us either live. My fault. Read them wrong. It's popping up on the screen. Somebody should have said, Brother Hatim, but nobody is responding in the chat. Every story. Listen, please. Come on, Explosion. Help me get there. Thank you, Explosion. I appreciate you. Every story helps us either live or die. That's a Nigerian proverb. That is one of the dopest, most powerful proverbs I have ever heard. Let me say it again. Every story either helps us live or die. Thank you, Explosion. I love when they're able to just pick up on the tone of my voice and do what's necessary. I appreciate it. Can I have some music so we can go and get through this? 'Cause I don't want to hold people up because it is a Kuumba day, and I know some of y'all got stuff that y'all need to get started on. Okay. In the intricate dance of life, stories are the beast. My fault. In the intricate stories of life, stories are the beats that move us, the rhythms that guide our steps. They hold the power to breathe life into us, inspire our spirits, and shape the mosaic of our existence. Just as the principle Kuumba celebrates our collective creativity, the stories we tell, be it oral tradition, pen tales, or modern reimagining, serves as an expression of our cultural identity and mirrors to our souls. So are you telling stories of doom and gloom? Does your culture grasp onto stories of the end of the world? Or are we holding on to stories of life? I mean, I just can't. I'm trying to stick to but every story helps us either live or die. I want y'all to think about that. What stories are you telling yourself about who you are and where you're going to end up? What stories are we being told or we're telling ourselves about ourselves as a group? And what story are we being told about the culture that we are in? Where does the story end? What are the stories? I told y'all this is my thing, right? And I get excited about this because I'm seeing that we have diseased stories. I see that many of us are telling ourselves stories about ourselves that are not even true. My fault. They may have been true at one point in time in your life, but they're not true now. I had to remove myself from people who were telling themselves unhealthy stories. Listening to unhealthy stories, believing unhealthy stories about themselves. I know you. I'm watching. That's not your story. But if you need that to be your story, I don't have to be in it. Hell, matter of fact, I'll be the villain. How about that? Brother, I don't mind it. I'll be your bad guy. I'll be the motherfucker, that will motivate you to move and grow beyond. Every story helps us either live or die. What are your stories helping you do? Better yet, if you can't do it for yourself, what are your stories helping your children do? All right, let me get back. Dang, this is a 20-minute show. I'm sorry. Let me finish. Every story, whether of African American folklore or from a broader Black diaspora, doesn't just entertain but educates. They instill values, pass down wisdom, and set precedents and procedures for future generations. As we immerse ourselves in African American literature and oral traditions, understanding the context and allowing the emotions to resonate with us becomes crucial. Moreover, everyone has a story, and using our unique experiences to craft our narrative can be transformative. These tales can be the wind beneath our wings, propelling us to reach new heights, or a cautionary reminder of paths not to tread. One of the profound ways we embrace Kuumba is by not only cherishing the tales of our past, but adapting old tales and infusing them with our creativity, letting them live on a new light and bring us to a new high. In doing so, we ensure that the essence of these narratives is preserved, even as they evolve and find relevance in today's world. Let's remember that the stories we tell today will influence generations to come. In preserving them, we are also crafting the legacy of our community. We need to remember that many of the stories that we may be telling ourselves were stories that were passed on to us that have served their purpose. And the purpose was to help us make it through what we were in. Now, the challenge for us today is to create or to transform stories to help us move to the next level. Now, this brother I tell him about to get up out of here. Folktale of the day. Folktale of the day. Folktale of the day is, I can't remember where this is from. It's called King Bruce's Lesson in Determination. From the web to win. From web to win. All right. So I won't go any further than that. Those of you that be getting the newsletter know that it probably will be coming a little bit late this week. Why, Brother High Tim? Why will it be coming late? It's coming late because I have to go somewhere. Without giving up too much information, so I won't be able to work on it tomorrow as I usually would. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to sit around and do as much work as I possibly can today. As a matter of fact, I think I want to go to. We need to go to the barbershop. Let me try to go to the barbershop. To the barbershop, so I can look good for the daily toast. This is Brother Tim. I'm up. I'm out. And I wish you a good day. If you want to get the folk tales that I'm going through right now, you have to come on and either join us on that free G&J e-course, freegnjecourse.com. That's freegnjecourse.com. It's up real quick, taking it off. Or you can join us on that Telegram group. I'm going to let this ride us out. Join us on that Telegram group. I posted up in the Telegram group as well. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you post up a question or comment up in there, I will get it and I will respond. We can have a discussion. We can have a meeting, secret gathering, if you would like to call it that. This is Brother Tim. Guess what? I am out. I am out. Anime. So what y'all arguing about? I am out.